Hello, all. Is it audible? Hello.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have connected with my mobile.
Yes,
Right. Fine. Okay, let me start. So, very good evening, everyone. And guess what? We are officially on the last day of our FDP, which means two things. We survived research methodology, and after today, nobody will going to chase you like either Dr. B. Karthikeyan will send you the G link in our WhatsApp group, or our convener Dr. M. Kaveri will insist you sending, please join the session. Attendance is mandatory reminders. So let's be honest, this FDP has felt a little like a Netflix series. The first day we were furious, by day three we are hooked, and now suddenly it's the grand finale. So we learned, we explored, we struggled with SPSS menus for a second longer than we like to admit. And somewhere in between, we became a community of researchers, learners, and silent warriors of statistics. So, with that excitement and pride, and maybe a tiny bit of disbelief that we made it here, and now I warmly welcome you all to this rescheduled session of day 5 of our 10-day international virtual faculty development program on research methodology, statistical tools, and structural equation modeling, organized by the Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Shift to Agachan Manuel Jain College, Chennai. It's been an insightful journey, and today we are wrapping it up with energy, learning, and celebrations too. So, hi, this is Pradeepa Nagarajan, your host for the evening, still energized, still smiling, and yes, still ready to learn something new today. So, I warmly welcome you all once again. Let's make this last session unforgettable. So, well, let's begin today's session with positivity and grace. To start the program on a peaceful and meaningful note, I request everyone to join Jain Mahamantra followed by Tamil Thai Valtu. All right, everyone. So it's time to shift from casual mode to official mode. And to help us do that, we have someone who speaks with so much enthusiasm and that even G Meet becomes happier listening. So I now invite cheerful talkative star Dr. Geeta, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship. Please take over with a smile and a style. Dr. Geeta, please proceed.
Geeta ma'am, unmute please. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. A very good evening to one and all present here. On behalf of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship, I'm happy and honored to welcome you all to the 10 days International Virtual Faculty Development Program and Research Methodology, Statistical Tools, and Structural Equation Modeling. It's my immense pleasure to warmly welcome our esteemed dignitaries, our Secretary, Sri Udan Kumar Chodia, Associate Secretary, Sri Hemant P. Chodia, Dean Dr. M. Ramya, Deputy Dean Dr. R. Sureka, our Director Dr. N. Venkatramanan, whose unwavering support, guidance, and leadership continue to strengthen all our academic endeavors. I'm delighted to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our resource person, Dr. Arun Lawrence, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Mar Ivanios College, Trivandrum, Kerala. We are truly honored by your gracious presence and eagerly look forward to your insightful contribution. I welcome you, sir. I would also like to welcome our fellow participants from various institutions. Your enthusiasm and presence truly enrich this academic journey. Once again, thank you all for joining us today. I wish each one of you a beneficial, enlightening, and meaningful experience throughout the program. Thank you, one and all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Geeta. And wow, what a journey this FDP has been. So, to wrap it all up with some final words of wisdom, I now invite someone who is not just our deputy dean, but literally the gorgeous queen of our college, the one who zooms through every task like a superhero. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to Dr. Sureka, our Deputy Dean, for the valedictory address. Ma'am, please take over.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, thank you, Pradeepa ma'am. Good evening to all the wonderful scholars, professors from various parts of the country. And I am told that this entire FDP had been a very, cherishing memories because knowledge filled and, dedicating our time for learning can never be compensated with anything because being in the teacher field, being in the faculty side, and being as a research scholar, the more and more knowledge that we gain, it will never be futile. And this kind of FDP always enriches all our innermost aspirations, whatever may be the topic, whatever may be the field, there is always a takeaway. At least 10% of the takeaway is always what we register in our minds throughout. And I really congratulate the Corporate Secretaryship Department for hosting such a very good, wonderful FTP because when I went through the topics and the names of the resource persons who are coming and giving the lectures, it is like very very well articulated because rightly the domain specific resource persons are being mapped into this FDP, which is one of the very indigenous task that all the faculties here attending this session will never feel that some way out of the place or some way out of the era because completely statistical approach is being now of a very larger importance. Leave apart your marks, leave apart your finance, whichever field we are booming in, there the statistical analysis is very important. How the data analytics suddenly came into a peak, because days are gone when we never played with data. Max and numbers were there only in books, but not in a very good real part of life. But then this statistics data analytics has a completely changed over that scenario. And such kind of FDPs will always give us that confidence to speak wherever, whichever topic we wanted to the students. So I'm so happy to be Pradeepa ma'am, you had given a lot of adjectives about me, but that is all just only adjectives. Still, we have lot more to achieve. With this note, I heartily congratulate the department faculties for hosting this FDP, and I really thank each and every one of you for sparing your time, especially the evening time, the most, the prime time to be spent with the family and the kids and all our personal chores, leaving away all that and having confidence on the department and having confidence on the AM Jain College. You have dedicated your time, this prime time for us, and I'm really blessed for that, and I heartily thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Pradeepa ma'am and the department.
Ma'am,
Thank you. Thank
ma'am,
you.
thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your such an inspiring words, and truly your guidance, your wisdom, positivity truly motivate us to aim higher and higher and to face every challenge with confidence. So we are grateful for your time, encouragement, and for being such a wonderful leader and a role model for all of us. Anyway, thank you. And now to introduce our expert for the day. So we once again have the ever energetic or endlessly talkative and always entertaining Dr. Geeta, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretariat. Geeta, again, please continue. The
Yes,
mic
ma'am.
is now
Thank
yours.
you, Pradeepa ma'am, for your introduction. We are, excuse me. We are honored to introduce Dr. Arun Lawrence, Assistant Professor in the Department of Commerce at Mar Ivanios College, Trivandrum, Kerala. He holds a PhD in Commerce from the University of Kerala and is a UGC NET JRF awardee, reflecting a strong academic foundation. With rich experience and expertise in teaching both undergraduate and postgraduate programs, he specializes in finance, marketing, and human resource management. He has made significant scholarly contributions with over 25 research papers published in reputed national and international journals, along with several conference participations and book chapters. He is an approved research guide under the University of Kerala and currently mentors four doctoral researchers. Beyond his academic achievements, Dr. Arun has actively contributed to university level events and committees and is a life member of professional bodies such as All India Commerce Association and the Indian Accounting Association. His expertise, research insight, and academic leadership make him an inspiring resource person for today's session. Thank you, Anand, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Geeta, for the warm welcome and introduction. So, here with dear participants, today, as the final day of FDP, we are privileged to have with us Dr. ARUN Lawrence joining us from Thiruvananthapuram, rightly pronounced, I hope so. So, from Kerala, a place known for beautiful backwaters, rich culture, and of course, inspiring academic contribution like our resource person. So, today's topic is very practical and important for every researcher: data collection and entry in Excel and SPSS. So hope this session will help us understand how to organize and input data correctly, a foundation for meaningful or accurate analysis. Sir, the virtual platform is now yours.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to extend. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
yes.
you are audible.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the organizers for giving an opportunity, especially Karthikeyan from AMJ College. So, and also I apologize because my session was scheduled earlier, and due to an inconvenience, the session is scheduled today. And I hope all other sessions covered. I mean, the advanced sessions already covered. That means, the XEM modeling is also there, and all other areas also already covered in this FDP. So sorry for that. And from this, I would like to start my session. Is it the presentation is visible?
No, sir.
No, sir, it's not visible.
Just a minute. Checking. Now is visible, no?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, my topic is data collection and data entry, and we all know data it forms the foundation of all research. Data, because just a minute, I think it's not. Yeah, because it provides the empirical evidence needed to answer the research question. So data, it forms the foundation of all research. We know data, which refers to the raw facts, and then figures, observations, or measurements collected for the purpose of analysis. See, the analyzed and then processed data is called information. So data is the foundation of all research. And the importance of data in research. We all know the data is the sorry. Yeah. Got a message from your part. That's why. Sorry. Okay. So, importance of data in research. As we all know, research means researching, searching for facts. Searching for facts or doing research for making decisions or for creating new, innovating new. So here, in terms of data in research, it is the foundation for decision making. Data helps researchers and policy makers make informed. And data forms evidence-based decisions rather than relying on assumptions. Therefore, the data is very important. And the second importance is that data supports hypothesis testing. We all know hypothesis, hypothesis. These are the two terms which forms hypothesis. Hypo means which is the opposite of hyper. Thesis means it's just a report. So less tested report. And then hypothesis needs testing. So data helps or data supports hypothesis testing. That is the second importance in data. And then data ensures accuracy and objectivity. We all know reliable data reduces bias and increases the credibility of research finding. So reliable data, that means data which reduce biases. So therefore data is very important, and it also helps to identify patterns and trends. Data, that's a general thing. Data helps to identify the patterns and trends, and it helps to analyze the relationships, trends, changes over time. And data validates research findings. That is very important. If a research finding is validated, then it must be backed by reliable data. and enhances reliability and generalizability. So the purpose of research or the findings of research is to be generalized, and the generalized result, it should be reliable, and the data backed, I mean the research which is backed by the reliable data which enhance reliability and generalizability. It also helps measure outcomes and impact. Data helps to measure outcomes and impact, and it strengthens theoretical development, and also it helps to improve problem solving, and it facilitates statistical analysis. I think you already covered the statistical analysis part. So these are the some general area. That means the some general importance of data in terms of research. And before entering to the data collection, we should know the role of data in different stage of research also. So in terms of problem identification, so the research problem. So what is the research problem? So we can define it differently. It is the difference between the ideal and actual. So problem identification, understanding the issue through preliminary data. So data helps in problem identification. That means a research problem identification. We know the research problem. That means the difference between actual and ideal. See, suppose, for example, if a finance class, in terms of a BCom finance, the students must know what it is, the what actually happens in the capital market. It's an example. Their awareness is not full in terms of financial market. So actually, for attending a financial class, the students must know the markets and everything related to the finance. I mean the capital market. But actually, see, that gap is called problem. So for getting the research problem, you get data. So that is one of the important role in the role of data in terms of problem identification. Likewise, in terms of literature review, using secondary data to understand existing knowledge, there also we need data. For designing the research, for preparing the research design, what data to collect and how to collect. So here also the role of data is very important. And while going for data collection, that means gathering the required information, that stage also data is very important. So anyway, I am entering to the data collection area. So data collection, it is the process of gathering accurate information for research, surveys, experiments, or analysis. So it is the systematic process of gathering, measuring, and observing information from various sources to answer research questions. That is called data collection. And what's the purpose of data collection? It is to obtain relevant information from decision making and to understand the characteristics, attitudes, and behaviors of the target population, and to provide evidence for analysis and interpretation. That is very important. Data helps to provide the evidence for analysis and interpretation. To ensure research findings and credible and scientifically valid, data is very important. And to test the hypothesis and to develop theories, the data is very, very, very important. So data is the backbone. And there are different types of data. And we can, based on nature, we can classify the data into qualitative and quantitative. So the quantitative data, which is numerical in nature and which can be measured or counted. and which is used for statistical analysis. That is quantitative. Sorry. Hello, am I audible? Hello. Hello.
Hi, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, somebody. Okay. Some sounds are there. I think somebody unmuted the mic and yeah. Okay. So next is qualitative, or it is called categorical data. So qualitative data means non-numerical, which explains the characteristics, opinions, perceptions, etc. Examples: one's feelings, experience, motivations, etc. So that is called qualitative or categorical data. And then based on measurement scales, we can divide the data into nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio, etc. Okay, I think you all are covered this area because you covered the SEM modeling, etc. So anyway, we can see in detail. So next one is very important: sources of data. That is primary data and then secondary data. So data can be, the source of data can be divided into two, or the data can be classified on the basis of source, and on the basis of source, data can be classified into primary data and secondary data. Then primary data, as we all know, data collected first hand, collected directly by the researcher, collected first hand by the researcher for a specific study, that is called primary data. Data already collected by others and available through reports, records, journals, etc., that is called secondary data. So primary data, there are different methods for collecting primary data. First one is so here it is survey or questionnaire method. So questionnaire means a set of written questions distributed to respondents. That is questionnaire. It's a series of questions are there. Questions can be open-ended questions or close-ended questions, Likert scale questions or rating scale questions. So that is questionnaire. A set of written questions are there, and these questions can be distributed to the respondents. That method is called questionnaire or survey method. The next one is interview. That is a face-to-face conversation. It's a direct conversation between researcher and the respondent. That is called interviews. Interviews can be also a structured interview, unstructured interview is also there, semi-structured. So structured means fixed questionnaire is using for collecting data, and then unstructured interview means open-ended and flexible questions are there, and the mix of both is called a semi-structured. So here there are certain limitations in terms of interview method. It is very costly because the face-to-face interaction or conversation, it takes time also. It's a costly. It requires trained interviewer. But in terms of the advantages, coming to the other part, the advantage of interview method, it's very rich in data, and we will get an in-depth data. So these are the advantages of interview method. And the next is observation. That is actually that is the first method of primary data, observation. Observation means it's a systematic way of watching and recording events as they occur. That is observation. It's a systematic way of watching things, watching and recording the things. That is called observation. Pre-planned observation. That means observation can be also, we can classify it into structured observation. Unstructured observations are there. That is flexible. Structured observation means pre-planned, and the specific variables are there, like bird watching, etc. And then unstructured observations are also there, flexible. It is flexible, unstructured observation. So anyway, the observation means a systematic way of watching and recording. So that is observation method. And then experiments method is also there. Experiments method mostly used in scientific studies. Actually, we are coming under social science, but in terms of experiment method, it is used mostly in scientific studies. So nowadays we are using the multidisciplinary research. I know one researcher, she's doing neuromarketing. In neuromarketing, she uses some machines for collecting data, and it is just like experimental study. So anyway, experimental method is it's mostly used in scientific studies to test cause-effect relationship. What is the cost and what is the effect? So that is a experimental method, and high control and accuracy is one of the important advantage in terms of experiment method. And for doing this experiment method, the researcher should follow, and then after that the researcher can do a research. So that is a experiment. Is another what is called methods of primary data collection. And focus group discussion, FGD is also there. It's a moderated discussion among most probably below 5 to 10 participants. That is focus group discussion. And then it explores perception and attitudes of the participants also there in the same area. So that is called a focus group discussion. And some other methods also there. A case study method, it's a detailed study of a single unit. That is called case study unit, or a single individual or a single organization, whatever may be. That is called the case study method. So these are the different types of primary data. And then coming to secondary data, we all know secondary source of data is there, which is collected already by others. Secondary data are data which is collected by others, which is already collected by others and available through reports, records, journals, etc. And the sources are journals, newspapers, and then company reports, census reports, whatever maybe. So many sources are there. So secondary data sources, which includes internal sources and external sources. We can classify it into internal sources and external sources. So internally, for example, a company records, we will get internally. A company's sales reports we will get. A company's financial statement, HR data, whatever may be that. Internal, the sources, that means the secondary data which we get internally is known as internal sources. And we are using external sources also, like government publications, then research reports, journals and books, newspapers and magazines, websites and online database, international agencies like UN, WHO, World Bank, etc. So this is called external sources. So secondary data, which is already collected by others, that is known as secondary data. And then next an important area is the qualities of good data. Good data should be accurate. It should be accurate. That means it is free. It must be free from errors. That is a important quality of a data. And it should be reliable. That means it will consistent result. We need consistent result. So for getting consistent result, the data we are using, it should be reliable. And the data should measure what it needs to measure. That means the validity. It should be valid, must be valid. The data must be accurate, it must be reliable, it must be valid, and the data should be collected at the right time. So timeliness is also very important, and data we are using must be complete. Nothing should be missed. And the collected data, it must be cost effective. So a data, it should be accurate, reliable, valid, and timely, complete data, cost effective. These are the qualities of a good data. And there are certain challenges in terms of data. And challenges, see, you all know, I think some of you are maybe of research scholars, and somebody of you are in the stage of data collection, and you know the exact challenges in data collection. Non-response and refusal. That is very one of the major challenges faced by every researcher. Non-response. And the bias is also there in terms of sampling, interviewer, respondents, whatever may be, the bias also there in terms of data collection. And then poorly designed instruments. When you designing the questionnaire, you should properly design it. The questions must be set in a sequence, and it should be in a simple and understandable. So poorly designed instruments, especially in terms of questionnaire, that is another important challenges in data collection. And then the researchers has a limited resources and a limited time to complete the research. So limited resources and time is also another important challenges in terms of data collection. And the communication barriers will also happen. Then somebody will recruit data, some staff. So if a research project is going on, the project director can appoint investigator or a research staff. But sometimes inadequate training of these types of research staff is there. So it affects the quality of research or the quality of data collection also. So these are some of the challenges in data collection. And there are different steps in terms of data collection process. That is very important. Different steps. So first of all, we should define the research problem. After that only we can fix what types of data we want to. Defining the research problem is the first step in terms of data collection process. A research problem. You know the research problem. I already gave a small idea. That means a research problem, it is the difference between actual and ideal. That is a research problem. So second steps of in data collection process, identify the types of data required. Which type of data we want? Which is the required data? It is we want to go for a primary data collection, or the secondary data is enough. So identifying the type of data is another important steps in terms of data collection. And the next one is select the methods and tools. Which method of data we want? What are the tools we are using for data collection? Whether it is observation method, or interview method or questionnaire method, which method and tools we want to select. And after finalizing it, next is to prepare the instrument. If we are going to prepare the questionnaire or interview schedule, the difference between questionnaire and interview schedule is that the interview schedule is used by the interviewer, and the questionnaire, it's a set of questions. Both are set of questions. And in terms of questionnaire, the researcher send the questionnaire to the respondent through mail or whatever maybe, and then the respondent fill the questionnaire and mail back. But in terms of interview schedule, the interviewer asks the questions. Prepare the, after selecting the methods and tools, some research staffs or data collectors are there, data collectors or field investigators, and the researcher should train the data collectors. He should give training, what type of data we want and what type of data collection methods we are following. So everything regarding the data and data collection process should be trained. Next step in terms of data collection process, train data collectors. And next is to collect data. Collect data by the researcher directly or through the data collectors or investigators or other stuff. So that is the these are the steps in terms of data collection process. And data collection tools are there. We already covered the area, questionnaire or survey method. These are the most common tool, and it consists of questions used to collect data from respondents. Then types of questions include closed-ended, that means yes or no, or multiple choices there. A Likert scale is there. Multiple choice, it have the answer have more than 2 choices, and they can fill or they can respond more than 2 answers. So that is multiple choice. And then Likert scale, it is another closed-ended question types. We can give here's an example: strongly agree to, strongly disagree. We can give the 5-point scale or 2 points, 3-point scale, 5-point scale, 7-point scale, etc. So that type of question is called a Likert scale. These are the closed-ended questions. And then open-ended questions also there. Respondents write their own, they can write their own answers. That is called open-ended questions. So next is coding of data. So coding means converting text responses to numbers. That is called coding. Coding is very important in terms of data entry, so that the software can analyze them. The software will not analyze the text response. So coding means converting text response to numbers. So here there is one example is there. Gender, suppose a male and female. This is the text format, and code is so we are giving 1 to male or 2 to female. So this is code. So here is an example of Likert scale coding. So strongly agree 5, we are giving 5, agree 4, then neutral 3, etc. So this is coding. Then next is data entry in Excel. So after coding only, we can enter the data into Excel. Excel is the first step for data entry because it is simple and widely used. So you can also use Excel. There are different, so many, numerous scope is there. I mean, endless use is there. We can find out the percentage, and then we can find out correlation, regression, whatever maybe. We can use Excel. Excel is the most widely used software in terms of data analysis. So the structure, the structure of Excel sheet, it have a variable, one column and row. Each column is called variable, and each row is a respondent is there also there. And then naming of variables, that is very important. The guidelines for naming variables while you are naming the variable in terms of Excel. So you should use no space use. If you want to give space, you try to give underscore like this, age underscore group. That is the best way of naming variables. And short and meaningful, like if you are going for a naming the way satisfaction level, you just give it like SAT underscore level. It should be short and meaningful, and use separate columns for each questions, like question 1, question 2, question 3, etc. So this is the naming variable. And then data cleaning in Excel, commonly cleaning, remove duplicates. First, after entering the data, you should remove the duplicates and remove empty rows. Then convert text to numbers. Then correct date formats. That is very important. Otherwise, the Excel will not work. Date formats. Then next is SPSS. I think you all already covered the SPSS analysis, everything. So anyway, I will just go through the SPSS part. So SPSS, you all know, SPSS used for statistical analysis. Before that, what is the time? 7 o'clock. Karthikeyan. Now
Yes,
it is
sir.
7.
Yes,
Now
sir.
it is 7. Is it okay to take 5 more minutes or 2 or 3 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So SPSS, it is used for statistical analysis. It's a statistical package. And you all know SPSS has two views, variable views and then data view. And I will just share a small form. This is the format for SPSS. And then it is a data view, and then this is variable view. Here we want to enter the variables here, I mean data here, and we can export a data from Excel to SPSS. So these are the steps. First of all, we should open the SPSS and then go to variable view. So this is the variable view. This is the variable view, and we go to the variable view and then enter variable names like Q1, Q2, etc. And then choose data type, whether it is numeric, string data, etc. We need to choose and add labels, example satisfaction or everything, and then define values like coding. Coding is important. We already covered the coding area. And then set measures, whether it is nominal data, ordinal, scale. So we need to test, and then data view also there. See, SPSS is it's a statistical package. So for learning SPSS, it's an important task. I mean, it takes time, and my duty is to give just only the data collection and data entry part. And both organizers already covered the detailed analysis part, and you will also get the detailed analysis part from them. So anyway, So importing Excel file into I already informed that we can export see the files from Excel to SPSS. So here first these are the steps for importing Excel file into SPSS. First of all, we need to open the SPSS and then click File, Open Data. So here you can see here you will get the file, then open the data. You will get everything from here, and then select Excel. This is the extension .xlsv. Then select Excel, and then you can browse and select your file. Which is your file? You can, or you already entered the data in the Excel file, and then you can select and browse and select your file in this SPSS. Tick read variable names from first row. After browsing and selecting, you can tick read variable names from the row, and then you can open it, and now all Excel columns will appear as SPSS variables from here, from Excel to here, SPSS variable view. So this is the importing stage. I mean, from Excel to XPSS. So it's different. It is technical, and then you can learn, but it is time consuming for learning this Excel. So anyway, this is the important steps in importing Excel files into SPSS. So from here, I have another session in 7:30. So from here, I am leaving. Thank you very much for the organizers. So if you have any queries regarding this, please send me a mail. I will respond definitely. And once again, thank you for the organizers for giving an opportunity. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Pradeepa ma'am.
Can you able to hear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So since it was muted, okay. So anyway, sir, a big thanks to our esteemed resource person, Arun Lawrence.
Hello.
Yet,
Sorry, some technical problem was there. I left
yes, sir.
some.
Yeah, we do
Okay. Over
understand.
to you, man. Over to you.
Anyway,
Thank you.
thank you, sir. And now they feel like friendly tools. So using of Excel and SPSS. So time for the questions. If from the audience side, from the participant side, you can type them in the chat box or raise your hand, and let's get started. Is there any questions among the audience? Any doubts or any queries to ask with our resource person?
If you
Fine.
have any queries, you can send me a mail
Yes.
also, and then I will share a detailed PPT, and you can send a mail. I will give my mail ID to Karthikeyan. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you, sir. So audience, you can directly connect with our today's resource person if you got any doubts or anything you would like to learn. Okay, fine. Anyway, so thank you all. And now it's a group photo session. So thank you to all the participants for
uh, all the for being active in all the sessions. So before we close, may I request everyone to kindly turn on your cameras for a quick virtual group photo with a smile. Please turn on your cameras, dear audience. So let me have a quick virtual photo. Let it be a memorable one. So we request our esteemed resource person to um, turn on the camera. Please be quick. Is it over, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Karthikeyan, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
thank you. Thank you all. So right now, so a gentle reminder to all the audience that the feedback form link has been will be shared in the chat box, and please take a moment to fill it, and it is required for documentation and for certification purpose. And also I would like to tell the like about your feedback. So we have one sec. So I just went on to the your feedback. So it's been like you have all have shared that it's a good and useful session. So that's like one second. I'll just yeah. You have said the feedback. The overall feedback is also okay. A fabulous feedback. So we are delighted that you have enjoyed all the sessions. So to have the hands-on experience or to the valuable suggestion, we have noticed it all. And guess what, if you want to stay updated about our future workshops or hands-on session or conference or any other academic events, we will be sharing our social media links in the chat box, either LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook. So you name it. Okay, so go ahead, follow, connect, and stay tuned because the learning, fun, and opportunities don't stop here. So I request again, please you can share our social media page for the future updates, right? So anyway, so that's about okay. Fine. So now to formally conclude today's program, I now invite Dr. Geeta once again to deliver vote of thanks. Dr. Geeta, are you there? Yeah. Geeta? Yes, proceed, Geeta.
Yes, yes, Pradeepa ma'am. Thank you. Myself, Geeta, and gives me a great pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship for the 10th and final day for a 10 days international virtual faculty development program on research methodology, statistical tools, and structural equation modeling. First and foremost, I express a sincere gratitude to our respected dignitaries for the continued support, encouragement, and confidence in all our academic endeavors. A special and heartfelt word of appreciation to our esteemed resource person for today's session, Dr. Arun Lawrence. Sir, your session on data collection and entry in Excel and SPSS was truly enlightening and exceptionally well structured, sir. You transform what is often perceived as a highly technical and procedural area into a clear, practical, and engaging learning experience. Sir. Your step by step explanations, carefully chosen examples, and emphasis on accuracy in data handling have provided participants with a strong foundation for conducting reliable and meaningful research. Sir. I would also like to place on record our sincere appreciation goes to Dr. M. Kaveri, Head of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship and convener of this FDP, for her visionary leadership, meticulous coordination, and tireless efforts in organizing this 10 days program. Her guidance has been instrumental in the smooth and successful completion of this FDP. At this juncture, I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the faculty members of our department for their unwavering support, active involvement, and valuable contributions throughout this FDP. Your willingness to dedicate your prime time, take up responsibilities, and work collectively has played a vital role in the seamless execution of this program. Your teamwork and commitment truly reflect the strength of our department. And also, next, my sincere appreciation also goes to Dr. B. Karthikeyan for his steadfast technical support throughout all 10 days. His dedication and behind the scene efforts ensure the smooth and conduct of every session. And next, a warm acknowledgement to Dr. N. Pradeepa, who served as the master of ceremonies for all the sessions. Her energetic, confident, and seamless comparing added grace, warmth, and continuity to this program. I extend my deepest thanks to all our faculty participants from various institutions. Your active engagement, thoughtful questions, and sustained enthusiasm over the past 10 days have greatly enriched this FDP and made it truly meaningful. As we conclude this enriching 10-day journey, I sincerely thank each one of you for your active participation, constant support, and patience throughout this program. Once again, I extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone present here. Your presence and dedication have made this FDP a truly rewarding and memorable learning experience. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kaveri ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks for the final day. Thank you, one and all.
And thank you, Dr. Geeta.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So, wow, what an incredible journey